I'm pleased to welcome Major General Ronald Young to Hiring America. He is a Principal Staff Advisor to the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Reserve Affairs and Director of Family and Employer Programs and Policy, responsible for all matters involving employer support of the Guard and Reserve. He served 42 years in Army National Guard. Major General Young, thank you for being with us here on Hiring America.
Well, thank you, Francis, for inviting me.
Well, it's funny you say 42 years. I have to say thank you for your service. And speaking about your retirement, you said, you know what? Retirement's not for you. You got to keep busy, and you chose to do it with the employer support of the Guard and Reserve. Why is that? Why the passion?
After I retired in 2008, I sat at home for about a year, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Today we're out of Iraq, and we're coming out of Afghanistan, and we still have 39,000 Guard and Reserve members activated. So there's a lot to be done, and the high unemployment rate with the Guard and Reserve was a big factor.
Talk to me about the ESGR and the commitment and its mission, and what are the programs in place?
Since 9/11, we have mobilized about 900,000 Guard and Reserve members for the war on terrorism, and many of them 5 and 6, 7, 8 times. And so for an employer to let that employee go away to serve the country is vitally important, and having that support. We talk about a three-legged stool: the family, the service member, and the employer. Mm-hmm. And they all need to work together, and we need to have support from each of those parties to be able to have a viable Guard and Reserve. When we went to an all-volunteer force back in 1972, the Secretary of Defense at that time decided that for our men and women that serve in the Guard and Reserve, they're employees. So we needed employer support to have a viable Guard and a Reserve. One of our core missions is helping to educate employers about the law, and then to educate the service members about the law and the responsibilities on each side. If it reaches to a point where it's a conflict and they don't resolve it between themselves, then I actually have 650 trained mediators across the country that are neutral. And they go in and they talk to the employer, they talk to the service member, and they try to mediate those cases within 10 days. If you're going to focus on your military mission when you're deployed, you certainly have to be assured that your job is protected when you get home.
And it also is telling the power of the mission of the ESGR when you have volunteers working, saying that they're going to take time out of their life, out of their work, out of their families to say, you know what, this is my time, I'm going to give it to you and help.
With our situation since 2008, when the economy went down, the unemployment in the Guard and Reserve has been very high. It's been higher than the general population across the country. And so we developed a program called Hero to Hired, H2H.jobs is the website. But it's a comprehensive program where we leverage those 4,700 volunteers across the country and their interface throughout the year with those 160,000 employers to connect. Many employers say, hey, I want to hire Guard and Reserve members. How do I get access to them? And so this program is that bridge between the demand and the supply.
What is it about the work ethic of a veteran, of a member of the Guard, of a reservist that says, you know what, I'm going to do a good job, I'm going to be the best employee here, and you need to hire me?
Leadership skills, resiliency, can-do attitude, their physical conditioning, they're drug-free, integrity, ethics, on time, teamwork. It's those types of skill sets and those additional qualities about our Guard and Reserve members and our veterans that they bring to the workplace above and beyond the specialty skill that they've been trained in the military.
Check, check, and check.
They are a great value for the business. Our Hero to Hired program is free to the employers, is free to the service members. The First Lady and Dr. Joe Biden announced a great initiative last week down in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, called the Vet Employment Center. The Department of Veterans Affairs is standing up the Vet Employment Center, and it's going to be a single portal that an employer or a veteran can go to find the resources they need to hire or get a job.
Major General, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you so much, Francis, for having me here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michelle Obama.
And I'm Jill Biden.
And we are both so grateful for the service and sacrifice of our troops, veterans, and military families.
Through our Joining Forces initiative, we're determined to serve all of you as well as you have served this country.
So today, we're thrilled to tell you about a new online tool that will revolutionize how our troops, veterans, and military families find the good jobs you all deserve.
Just log on to ebenefits.va.gov, click on Employment Center, and type in your job specialty. Within seconds, the website will translate that into a list of civilian skills and tell you what careers you're qualified for.
You can also see which of those jobs are available right where you live. And with a few more clicks, you can make your resume visible to employers. It's just that simple.
The website will also give you information about higher education, and it will show all of your earned benefits in one place, from career counseling to the GI Bill. It's like your personal transition toolbox, right on your computer.
As my husband has said, when you have fought for this country all around the world, you shouldn't have to fight to get a job when you return home. So go to ebenefits.va.gov today.